your growth, I'm just using dollars because we're all money-hungry entrepreneurs, which is perfectly awesome. But it could be time freedom. It could be anything else. It could be, you know, days at the park that you can spend with your kids. It doesn't matter how you measure quality of life. If you're here and you show up tomorrow and the next day and the next week and the next month through the end of the year, is it reasonable to believe that your results will be any different than they've been in the past? Because if you were to do this for the past 10 years and look at it, chances are you've been within this range for the last 10 years. And chances are you've been to a lot of different seminars, you've bought a lot of books, you've done a lot of work on yourself, you've coached, you've mentored, you've done all this stuff, and at the end of the day, where are you? You're still in that same range. Yet, we think that the solution to getting out of this trap, out of this box, is these. Because all of the gurus tell us that, and all of the, all the experts have a solution to our problem. Everybody has a solution to somebody else's problem, because at the end of the day, solving other people's problems is how you make money. It's pretty simple, right? So think about it. If how you solve other people's problems is how you make money, just a very simple transactional thing, exchange of value, we've got to be smarter than the system. That is the system that we're operating within. So no amount of silver bullets or easy buttons or widgets are going to break you out of your channel, your range. So back in 2004, I'm going to show you how I did it. So in 2004, this is what my life looked like. between 2001 and 2004, working various jobs, I was in this area, right here. Right around 50,000. In fact, I think when I quit my job, I was like $75,000. This moment in time, right here, it was the 21st of June. It's when I actually quit my job. I broke through this first major terror barrier when I walked away from mines. Every cell in my body said I should not be doing that. Every person in my circle of influence said I shouldn't be doing that. But I did it, and I didn't do it because I was courageous. It's kind of like the zip line thing. Somebody who had to push me off. I didn't have the courage to do it myself. I wish I could say I had the courage, I'm a strong person, and I'm brave, and you should be inspired by my bravery. No. Terrified. These terror barriers never go away. They never go away. And when you break through one, there's a bigger one waiting to meet you. So that feeling of terror, yeah, when you do something over and over again, go through that terror barrier a few times, it's no longer scary, right? And it becomes comfortable, and that then becomes part of our comfort zone. So then why is it that we're so afraid of these terror barriers? We allow our feelings to dictate what we do, push us back to being comfortable. Yet we say we want this at this point. And even though some people think success looks like that, it's up to us to create what this trajectory is going to look like. And the number one thing I want you guys to take away from this is, fear is the feeling of weakness leaving the body. That is what fear is. It's not false evidence of fear and real. Fear is weakness leaving the body. We are conditioned, we are primates that are conditioned, domesticated to be comfortable. And we are programmed to survive. As human beings, we are programmed to survive. We are survivors. That's how we got to be the species that happens to live in this day and age. We survived. It's a survival of the fittest. By default, our human nature is survival. Our default mode is survival. All right? Survival, and we'll do anything to stay comfortable, because the more comfortable we are, the safer we are, and it's just, that's how you live long, right? You live safe. You show up at the, at the pearly gates, and you have all your everything's intact. Your gas tank is still half full. Your tires have lots of tread on them. There's no dings in the car. It's just you arrive safely at the grave. And that's exactly the life that most people live. They live, it's a life of risk mitigation, of loss aversion, of playing it safe. Why? Because they're afraid. They're afraid of the feeling. They're afraid of feeling vulnerable. They're afraid of feeling really being challenged in their mortality. When I go off-road racing in the Baja, anybody who's done this, it's terrifying. You get
especially
stressed.
when you're in the passenger seat. It's really terrifying.
It's a lot scarier actually to ride than it is to drive, because it's terrifying. You're literally strapped with a 5-point harness into this bucket seat, and there's a metal bar in front. It's called, I'm not even joking, it's called the oh shit bar, that you hold on to. And you just have to relax your body, because if you try to hold yourself, like brace yourself, you won't be able to walk the next day, because all the muscles in your body are going to be all locked up. Think about a rag doll that you grab by the back and you just do this to them. That's what it feels like. And it's terrifying at first. You're going 60, 70, 80 miles an hour with these huge soft tires and suspension, and you're kind of like floating, and you can kind of feel the car drifting on the sand, and you've got cattle, and you've got fence posts, and you have clouds of dust, and you have 1,000-foot drop off. And what I love about it is because it makes me face my mortality. The actual sense of being alive is so heightened. It's so heightened because nothing actually exists aside from right now. An hour from now doesn't exist. So why are you thinking about lunch? It doesn't even exist. All that exists is right here, right? So when you put yourself in this place where you're forced to become absolutely focused, present, all the chatter, all the buzz, and all the other nonsense out there, it goes away. And you break through that terror barrier, and you know what? I survived. You get that feeling, wow, I did it. It's like, hell, that was fun. And then you feel good about yourself, and you feel the sense of confidence that you did something that most people would never do.